let's go ahead with Harshul first, Facebook.
Yes. So, good morning, everybody. I'll be speaking on how to use Facebook to build your practice. So, we all know that Facebook is an important way to connect with your audience on the world's largest social network. And how large is this exactly? It's almost 280 crores monthly active users are there on Facebook. And Facebook ads, important thing is that Facebook ads are all about getting your message in front of exactly the right segment of those people, people who are most likely to actually want your products or services. So if you want to get best results, it's important to know that what are the different Facebook type of advertisements and your targeting options. So before that, have a look at the revenue of Facebook from India. Facebook made nearly 120 crores from India in 2021. In India, the average cost per click for Facebook advertising is around 0.5 paisa to 2.26 rupees. But this cost per click, it varies based on the industry and the target audience which we choose. So, but in India, advertising cost is way below the global average. Global average is almost 64 rupees, but in India it's very cheap. And Facebook has nearly 40 crore users in India and is projected that it will reach 67.7 crore by 2025. So Facebook business is completely driven by advertising. So we all know that Facebook ad, it appears in different format. It appears in newsfeed on our desktop whenever we open Facebook. It appears as newsfeed on mobile, and it appears as in the right column of Facebook on desktop. And the beauty is that businesses of all sizes can advertise on this platform based on their objective. And whether you are trying to increase app install or drive engagement for your brand, it has got you covered. So there are different type of Facebook ads which you can choose from. These are, to start with, very simple image ads. This simple ad, it's a great way to start your Facebook paid advertising. You can just create by a few clicks by boosting an existing post which you put on your page. So it's very important that if you want to advertise on Facebook, we should have our own Facebook page. So after that, you can have video ads. So these ads, you can make videos, and these ads, they keep on running in the news feed and stories. You can have poll ads, you can have carousel ads, slideshow ads. So these are different kind of ads which you can choose. So this is the advertising cost in India and this is advertising cost for different industries. And on this left side and this right side, you can see this is the average conversion rate which has been calculated. So if you look at the conversion rate of healthcare, it's not bad, it's 11%. And for fitness, it's 14.56%, and education is 14%. And surprisingly, to my surprise, the conversion rate of apparels was very low, of 4% only. So females mostly, they just do window shopping here also. So if we should know all the terminologies which are there in Facebook advertising. So first is the cost per click, what is called as CPC. So this is if you use cost per click pricing, you only pay when someone clicks on your Facebook ad. So you pay to Facebook. Then is CPM, that is the cost per mille. So this is cost per impression. You pay when Facebook shows your ad 1,000 times, number of times to a Facebook user. Then is the cost per action, that is you have to bid for it. That it allows us to specify a bid amount for an action or conversion. Like if somebody goes on your page and sign up on your website, then only you need to pay. So that is cost per action. Or if somebody purchase or somebody book a surgery on your page, on your website, then only you pay. So this cost per action price goes higher because you get real conversion here. Then cost per like, it allows us to pay only when someone likes our Facebook page after clicking the ad. And there is CTR, that is click-through rate. And so this is the percentage of people who click on your ad divided by total number of people who saw your ad. So like if 100 people see your ad and only one clicks on it, it's only 1% like CTR. So this is how you need to create. This is our hospital page on Facebook. So you need to first create page on Facebook, and when you go on this Facebook page, there is an option here, create post or create ad. So you just go and click there, that create ad, and after you click on that, you get these suggestion here that you need to choose your goal. That Facebook, we all know it uses AI and it can automatically suggest you the ads which you should put up. Or you can get more website visitors, get more leads. So there are different options which it gives you. So if you want to get more messages on Messenger, you want more leads, you get more bookings, you get more traffic. So everything is given there. You can read and choose what you want to choose from them. And once you choose that, then you need to choose the number of people which you want to approach, and after that it shows you your budget. So this budget varies from 200 rupees per day to maybe thousands, whatever you choose. So this is the way you create ad on your Facebook page. So it's in my view, it's a good method to advertise. So after that, just a word about, recently NMC has come up with the bill that which restrict all our doctors to that what should be our conduct on social media. So I thought it will be very useful for all of us to know. So it says that we can provide information and announcement on social media, but information should be factual and can be verified. It should not be misleading or deceptive, nor should it exploit the patient vulnerability or lack of knowledge. We should avoid discussing treatment of patient on public social media or prescribing medicine to patients on public social media. So if patient approaches doctor through public social media, we should guide towards telemedicine consultation or in-person consultation as the situation needs. Doctors should not post patient photograph or scan images on social media. So because once the image is posted, it becomes data that is owned by a social media company. So looking at all these regulations which have come, I realized that we, of course, can advertise on Facebook. It's not banned, but we should not post the videos, photographs of patients on Facebook, but we can just advertise our services and whatever services we are providing on Facebook. That's my take on this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Harshul. Kuresh has left, so any questions? We have 2 or 3 minutes left
I
at the
presented
moment. Yeah.
Generally, it's how much percentage of money you should spend on marketing?
It all depends on three things. Where are you located? What is your aspiration? And what is your income? So these are the three. Now if you're living in a rural area where you're the only eye care provider, it's foolish to get into this. But if you have 400 ophthalmologists in 1 square kilometer, then 399 have to try and kill the 400 one. So that's how they'll survive. So it all depends on that. And secondly, the social media is an add-on. How much you want to spend on it is a personal choice, but I personally feel that it should not be more than 10% of your total budget should be marketing, and out of that 10%, maybe 50% can go to social media.
Yeah, and you should always diversify, that you put.
The problem is that as an individual practitioner, you have a lot of limitations. Yes. And an individual practitioner has to find so many ways of bringing a patient. That doesn't work. That's why everywhere I had a consultant. So he kept telling me, "Aapka Google ka rating बढ़ रहा है. You're coming near the top." Then I talked to one of the guys in America and he says, "Your Google rating is only number 12 in Gurgaon." So I said, "How did it happen?" The guy just took his check for last month. He said, "We have gone up and you're saying we're going down. So you better check your own Google rating, where you stand, because they misguide you."
So what kind of engagements do you get from a targeted ad which you do? I mean, do you get anything very specifically that this is what I want, or it's very vague usually?
it's really very vague.
Yeah.
You really never come to know, because then at least you should have some questionnaires so that you
Yes.
can come to know where they are coming from.
Yeah.
But thing is that we need to give multi-prong approach, as Sir
Agree.
said. We need to give an,
Yeah.
print media,
Yeah.
to
A
handouts.
little bit on Insta, a little bit on Facebook, a
Yes,
little bit
yes,
on
everywhere,
the
yeah,
SEO.
yeah.
So I
Yes.
think it's a mix and match from what I think all
So
of
I
us.
think I think different things work for different people. Like for me, I
Yes.
felt that search engine optimization and Google AdWords works well because that's
Yes.
where the individual is actually searching for your service and then
Yes,
finds you.
yes,
Facebook, Instagram, I know a lot of people who it works for, but not so much for us. Because it's not something that somebody is not actually looking for your service. They're seeing a sponsored ad while they're checking out entertainment videos and things like that. So personally, I felt that for me, us at least, SEO and Google Ads is what has worked well. Other things are for other people.
Yeah.
I think that's the closest to organically.
So you have to be very savvy, you have to be tech savvy. Because if you depend on consultants, they'll take you for a ride. Am I right, Santosh? You have to know these things like Dr. Santosh Hodawar and Dr. Grover. They know how to handle social media. They've grown up with it. So that big. But if you don't know and you want to give it to a consultant, he'll take his salary and do something and show it to you and go away. Like I would say Amar Agarwal. I've never seen him on these platforms. But I was meeting an American once in AO. He said if you send Amar Agarwal a message, you get a response within 30 seconds any time of the day. He sleeps with the phone on next to his ear.
He does.
That's what he said. Now you can't, that's the kind of reputation needed to build. The patient says, मैंने 3:12 सवेरे मैसेज भेजा डॉक्टर ने 3:14 में जवाब दे दिया. He doesn't sleep. Now that's the kind of life. Or you must have somebody doing it for you. Like I used to be always very impressed that Mr. Modi is so, tech savvy. Then I came to know there are 40,000 volunteers in BJP doing this for him all the time. He doesn't even have to go into the room. All his tweets and it's all taken care of. So how can he do administration and this together? So all of them are professionals who do it. So it's just a question of the level at which you can spend. What is Dr. Honawa's take on this?
I think we've come to the end of it. The next batch is last one.
Sir, as a pediatric ophthalmologist, I do operate cases at other hospitals under GA, and we do post those videos on social media. So, should we take a consent from the hospital administration for doing such things? Would it have any medical implications?
I think patients.
And yes,
of
for the
course you need a
patient's consent, because patient's consent is generally taken for publishing it in conferences or somewhere else. But on social media, should we take different consent from the hospital, because it generally involves the anesthesia team also and hospital staff also. The interiors of the hospitals are at times it is in.
I'm not sure there's a legality to it for the.
No, there's a lot of legalities to it. The only trouble comes when the patient turns nasty. So there is a legality to it. In America, they don't. That's why they have professional models. You'll never see a corporate hospital using an Indian face. Never. जब भी आएगा ना उनका ad आप देखेंगे कोई foreigner होता है वो smiling, and all the patients are Indian. Why do they do that? Because they go through that, what is that, Shutterstock or something, where you can buy a photograph.
Yes.
So that is why, because they have learned over the years that there are lawyers who will tell the person, तुम्हारी photo छपी थी, मैं तुम्हें 1 crore रुपए दिलवाता हूँ. Now he'll file a case on you and you have to fight it. So you'll settle for 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs. So something is better than nothing.
So patient consent is a must. So there is a form for
Even if you
patient
take it in
consent.
writing,
With the hospital, I
there's
think
still
it's-
limitation.
with
There's infringement on privacy. Now imagine if a gynecologist starts showing deliveries and cesareans. You understand? There's a lot of privacy issues. The only people who've gone gaga on all this are the ophthalmologists and now the IVF. I've never seen, and plastic surgeons, I've never seen, orthopedicians showing you the joints where they join them, putting artificial. They also have to survive. So practice doesn't run only on this. But the problem is it's peer pressure. Sab kar rahe to hum bhi karenge. And incision size keeps going down. It soon will reach 0. Then they'll ask how you're operating.
No, sir. Can they point out to these NMC guidelines if at all we are caught in such something like this? They can.
So the new NMC guidelines don't allow doctors
Yeah,
to post
don't-
anything.
Yes,
So that
yes.
changes everything actually if that is something that gets followed. We'll know in time, but that's what the guidelines say right now, that none of those posting videos and all is allowed anymore for any practitioner.
Okay. Thank you.